Live on WBS Radio, it's your boy Big Great and Mr. Underscore. You can see me. This Facebook radio, YouTube radio, Instagram radio, baby. I'm online. And today, I'm back with my dog, Mixbot.com. And this is another segment of Just My Opinion.
It don't mean shit.
Real nigga alert. Real nigga alert. I'm online. What's going on, Doc? We back up in this thing?
Ooh, man. Hey, man, listen, I'm going to jump straight into it.
Go ahead.
Boy, that boy Gip went off, didn't he?
Man, listen. He really spoke some shit that it made a lot of sense.
Hey, man, Holmes told the truth.
He did, because, you know, I really wasn't listening to Jay-Z neither when Pac was alive. You know, I was biased. Pac was talking so much shit. But you had Pac, you had UGK, and I really wasn't really respecting the up north stuff until Pac and Biggie died. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, your boy said if it wasn't for Tupac death, Beyonce probably been with Pac. You believe that?
Hell yeah. For the simple fact, everything Gip said in the interview was true. Bro, listen, I will never forget the time that they had an interview. It was like for Yo MTV Raps. You know what I'm saying? Fab Five, Fred and them.
Yeah.
Man, Tupac had all the girls. Like, you know, you could tell, like, I'm put like this. If you look at certain videos, you can tell when nigga acting. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell when the girls really vibing with the dude and they really just here let them have it way.
Right.
Man, you could tell Pop was having his way with these females and there wasn't no issue. And you got to think about it, bro. At the time, and I ain't trying to, you know, just say it like that, but at the time, Tupac was like the biggest black celebrity out there.
Yeah, you right.
It made sense.
Yeah, you right.
He wouldn't be no broke, and he was definitely a player.
Right.
So,
and like Big Gibb said, Pac didn't need no money. He just had that, what you call that
charm,
factor. Yeah,
yeah.
like he had the smile, you know what I'm saying? Them good loved, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the music game really took a turn when we lost Biggie and Pac. Because, you know, I just imagine what would the music game be if Pac or Biggie or even Pimp C was still alive. So, you know, rest in peace to all them guys.
I ain't gonna lie though, Grady, and I ain't trying to say it like that because I ain't trying to, you know, you can't talk about no sisters no more because they want to, you know, call y'all kind of character, and, you know what I'm saying, flaws and all that.
Yeah.
But I ain't trying to talk about nobody. But my whole thing is not saying that Pac wouldn't have been able to pull Beyonce, but I don't think he probably would have wanted her.
Why is that? But you gotta think about this too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I do my homework. I like to watch other podcasts and see how they do stuff, just so I can bring creativity in my own way on my podcast.
Right.
And one thing I noticed, man, like it's a lot of backstory behind Jay-Z and Beyonce. So you know what I'm saying? Some stuff we might not can't talk about, but listen,
right? That's what
you
I'm
see what I'm
saying?
saying? With this illegal stuff and all that stuff. So you know, I don't get too deep up in it. But you know,
he might not have wanted.
He might not want. But
yeah.
I just feel like I feel like they could have had a good vibe because you also got to think about this, man. Jay-Z was a full-grown man when him and Beyonce got together. She was like
20.
She probably had just started fucking for real. or really just understanding how to even take dick.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all females got to learn your pussy. You see what I'm saying?
Got to.
See, it's this thing called hot water pussy and douche pussy.
Ooh, talk to him, man.
You see what I'm saying? Because you know I got a degree in health. Shout out to Stillman. Shout out to all my Stillman nights. And the only thing I really gave a fuck about in school was how to get weed out the system and what's going on with this female pussy.
I'm telling you.
So, you know, we had this subject one day, hot water pussy versus douche pussy.
Okay.
A lot of females, like, they don't like the douche. They think that vinegar and water and all that shit, you know, all they got to do is just sit in some good hot water and throw your pH balance off. And I'm a fan of douche pussy.
Because it's clean.
I know for a fact that it's clean. I'm
a fan of Dawn dishes. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel you. I like Dawn dishes. You know what I'm saying? Ajax dishes. So I feel you.
Right. So you know when it comes to hot water versus douche pussy, you know what I'm saying? That douche gonna get up in there. You got a little tube on that bitch about 4 to 5 inches that you stick up in that bitch and squash it. Make sure that them walls
get
6,
clean.
7 inches deep in that pussy to clean.
Right.
Cause you know I'm married, but you know I got a cold wife that she don't mind me speaking up on certain stuff.
Right.
So you know I noticed deep douche pussy. You can go once you know, cause once you younger, that's why I tell females you gotta understand your pussy. Right. Cause that hot water pussy, that water can only get so far. And then when you get 4, 5 inches in that pussy all right. Then you start getting 5, 6, 7 inches in that pussy somewhere where that damn hot water ain't reach. And then that pussy open up and all of a sudden here come that little smell. You see what I'm saying? So us big dick niggas know what I'm talking about.
When you open up that third chain, when you open up the upper
right. When you get to the next level, you see what I'm saying? A true dick dumper understand what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Cause it's level to this fucking
levels
shit.
to it.
You got having sex.
Yep.
You got fucking.
Oh no, you skipped one. You skipped the first one.
What's that?
You gotta start with the hunching.
Yeah. Okay, first you start off with hunching, then you start having sex, then you start making love,
Right.
then you end up with fucking.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Then the fifth level is dumping dick.
Right. You got
You
to
see what
dump
I'm
that
saying?
dick.
See, I'm in the dumping dick level.
Yeah, a lot of these niggas ain't no dick dumpers, man. They still some, you know what I'm saying, what my boy called lick 'em low lovers.
Lick 'em low lovers.
And ain't nothing wrong with lick 'em low lovers now.
No, you know, because at the end of the day, once you get to a certain age, you ain't got time. Like, if you got a special lady, you might make love every now and then, but I ain't no love maker. I'm straight dumping dick.
Gotta dump that dick, man.
If you ain't going to sleep after we get through fucking, then I ain't did my job.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, but the hot water pussy versus dush pussy. Female, which are you? Do you like the hot water pussy?
Or do you like that Massengill dush?
Or do you like that spring, summer eve, and Massengill dush pussy?
Telling you.
You see what I'm saying? When these motherfuckers talking about that pussy don't taste like nothing, it tastes like water, that probably that dush pussy. Especially after your period, lady. You know,
please go in there.
you know, if you don't dish no other time, at least dish after your period. So that dried up blood on them walls, that 6, 7 inches, 8 inches deep down up in that pussy,
Yes,
get
it'll
that
run
shit
on
clean.
out.
Yeah. So
it's like going to the car wash and getting your car washed. Like, yeah, you can spray the water hose from your house, but you hit that bit with that pressure wash, it's gonna knock that dirt off.
gonna scrape that dirt right off them
You gotta
walls.
get that dirt off them walls.
Yep.
And then you remember back in the day, they used to have a commercial about that shit. The lady used to come on there and she used to be like, "Mom, do you douche?"
Yeah.
And Mom was like, "But of course."
Yeah.
But you remember what was the comedian with the big lips? I used to love her. She's such a fucking lady. Adele Givers.
Yeah.
Remember Adele Givers had that commercial? She was like, "I wish you would, goddamn, as a black motherfucking mom and her daughter do. She does. She was like, she'd be like, "Mom, do you do?" She'd be like, "Bitch, don't you? That's what the fuck I've been smelling all through this house."
Well, also thank God for technology, because I remember back in the day in our bathroom, you know, I didn't really know what it was at the time because I was too young. But now that I look back on it, I know what it was. When your mom used to have that big ass red latex thing hanging on the back of the bathroom with that long ass cord.
Yeah, the long cord, that hot water
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, that was a dish. And motherfuckers used to have that shit hanging around their house like it was just normal, because it was normal back then.
Back then for
You
them,
see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Can you imagine in 2023 going over to some of these female houses and you just so happen to go to the bathroom and they ain't had a chance to clean up and they got that big ass red thing hanging from the back of their door? You know what I'm saying?
I personally would appreciate it because at least I know the pussy clean. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if that ain't no real shit, that's some real shit.
Real nigga alert.
I'm trying to tell you.
But yeah, though, man. But yeah, man. At the end of the day, we were just coming on this just my opinion. We just started this thing out. You know, we just went off course for a little minute. But that's what we do. You just never know what might pop up. But you know, but like we were saying, Big Gip had a lot of information that he was giving on these podcasts about what Beyonce will probably be if Tupac was still alive. He broke down like the true, you know, king of the South. He was like, you know, cause to me, you know, it's a lot of stuff in the news right now. But to me, the king of the South, to me, is Lil Boosie.
No, I feel you.
And the only reason why I said that is because, man, Boosie been like, man, I was listening to Boosie shit when I was like in the 19th grade.
I ride with you on that.
And I ain't talking about just like he got some bangles, he got some album. Boosie been like okay, Outkast, true enough, they are stone in history as one of the best groups ever.
But I wouldn't consider them the king because they ain't even on that vibe.
Right, and Boosie's still dropping projects to this day.
Now this is just me personally.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm gonna say this is because I want people to understand what makes a king a king. I definitely salute Boosie, everything he do. But as far as the king of the South, I would have to give it to Gucci.
I wouldn't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
Because WAP has really made a transition from a real hothead dope boy, loose cannon, you know what I'm saying, to a married family man, rapper, businessman. You know what I'm saying? That's what really make you a king. He done tried to help some of these young niggas out. Of course, you know, everybody talking about all Gucci artists go to jail because he really trying to help niggas that they're really in the field.
But guess how many artists he didn't help that hasn't went to jail?
Oh, yeah, no, trust me, I know.
And now that since you said that you right, because
see, Boosie ain't married. Boosie still tricking off with the hoes. He got down raiding his sons.
And Boosie haven't put
fun.
as many people in position like WAP. Just imagine that WAP wasn't going to jail during them little time. Cause every time he went to jail, he had a hot ass artist that was about to blow. He had Thug.
Right.
He had to let Thug
Migos.
go do what he had to do because he was going to jail. He had the Migos. He had to let them do what they had to do because they were going to jail.
Right.
And lucky he was real enough where he wasn't trying to hold them back.
Right.
While he was in jail. So yeah, I give you that. It was okay, you right. I get Guwap one.
I give Boosie like what would be up under the goddamn king? Like, you know, like
the Prince.
Nah,
He the prince of the South.
Nah. He too old to be the prince. You know what
No,
I'm
nah,
saying?
your dad is still old, nigga. Shit.
Well, yeah, well, I give Boosie like the prince of the
Yeah,
South.
the prince.
Because he still running around. Yeah, I give Boosie the prince.
He the prince of the South.
But WAP definitely the goddamn king of the South, man. 'Cause WAP definitely made an impact on the culture as far like shit. I mean, just think about it, man. Like WAP came out, him and Jeezy had like the best rap beef run ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like shit, and like shit, I don't drop 3-4 goddamn projects every year.
Then I just, like I said, I'll be watching these podcasts, and I just seen the J-Bo said that Gucci Mane tried to be part of BMF one time, but Meech wouldn't let him in because Gucci Mane was known for robbing.
Right.
And they didn't want to be known for people in their clique to be
They're
robbing
robbers.
people. They just want to be known for getting money, chasing women, and having a good time.
Right.
So they always had respect, and they always was around and loved to be around Gucci music and help Gucci with his music, but they just didn't want him to be a part of BMF because they know Gucci gonna rob your
Yeah,
motherfucking
goddamn times go goddamn hard. They gonna goddamn pull their card. Fuck you talking
I'm
about?
trying to tell you. So yeah, I get Guwap. I do get Guwap number one because at the end of the day, if you look at all these young cats down here, especially in Atlanta, Gucci done had something either to do with it or he had him first and he just couldn't do what he needed to do for whatever reason he had going on outside the music.
Big facts.
Yeah. And that really, so a lot of these other labels really need to thank Gucci too because a lot of these artists that he wasn't able to get around with, you know,
He developed.
He developed where they don't have to just pick up the ball and keep running.
'Cause a lot of people don't realize like that's a big important role with becoming an artist.
Yeah.
Artist development. Like, nigga, you're not finna go out there. It's very rare you find a nigga that fresh in high school ain't never picked up the ball, ain't never goddamn thought about playing sports, go out there and dominate on the football field, the basketball court. I ain't saying it's impossible, but it's rare.
Right.
Most motherfuckers gotta be groomed into it, but developed into it. That's why you start with Little League, go on up through Pop Warner, and you going up through the right. So it's the same way. Like Gucci, even like you say, even if he didn't have time to just break the artist, he at least developed them. Even if they just sat up on him and watch how he moved, watch how he carried himself, watch how he recorded, you know what I'm saying? Like that really had a big fact to play. I know like we just did this writers camp, in the mixed writers camp, and it was like we had 4 rooms, 8-hour nights. And you know, I'm trying to tell these kids like we gotta crank out like 20 to 30 songs a night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's easy to me. You know, they're like, how we gonna do that? Like it shouldn't be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But see, the thing about it is, you know, like when you was coming up, you know, I want to say shout out to Sam Adams because that's the first person I actually seen make a beat from scratch where you make your own melodies, you make your own loops, you put your own drum patterns in, you put your own claps in, you put your own horns in. It's a lot of cheat system to these new producers now.
Right.
You can have a nigga send you a loop, you build your drum patterns and your clap over there, now a beat made. So the worth ethic
or
has
I ain't
been
trying to
cut short.
You off, nigga. These niggas will send you a loop that 3-4 niggas done worked on.
Yeah,
Then I do the clap and the hi-hat, which is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And I send to you and let you do the drum.
And you want 35%.
But it's 5 people on the beat.
And all of them want 35%. Shit, somebody gonna come up short. I'm just saying, cause you know, it's all fun while you making the beat. Then shit get real weird when these songs
Fun's
get
here.
placed. And then you sit around here want this big percentage of the cut and you ain't even got the relationship to even get the song placed. It was really a blessing for you to be able to come in and work with this producer who had a pull and who had a connection to get this song placed.
Man, I'm so glad you said that because that was like the main purpose of having a writers camp. Like, we had, you know, Twisted came through. We had I'm trying to think of who else we had now. We had Priority, of course, in there. We had Bree Triller, BOAQG. I'm trying to think. We had somebody else come through. Well, Baby Coach came through. So Tillin and D-Lo came through. Like we had a lot of just industry people in the building that could really just, you know what I'm saying, help somebody out if they heard something, could really just, you know what I'm saying, take somebody in the right direction. And, you know, you have people that'll be like, hey man, I was trying to get into the writer camp. Why it costs? Well, it costs because number one, like me and Priority, we, you know, have probably about 100 different platinum plaques combined together. You know what I'm saying? Like probably about 20 or 30 billion streams together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I say that to say we do writers camps because we know how to get the music placed. You know what I'm saying? Like we are actually in the studio with the top 10 artists that's actually recording, and we actually have relationships with these artists to be like, hey, baby, check this song out. Tell me if you like it. You know what I'm saying? We did a song in a writer's camp, and I was just talking to Boat about it today. I like, look, bro, we did a song in a writer's camp, and I don't know if you fucking with the song, but I at least want you to check the beat out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had these relationships to where I don't have to, DM and, hey, bro, can you check my beat out? Like, I can go there and play it right to them, and this is the direct answer. You either like it or you don't. So, like, that's the reason that I do these writer counts is because I'm in the studio with these artists, and a lot of times, now I'm not saying, it to say anything like that, but a lot of times artists will be in the studio for so long that they just write the shit to say.
Yeah.
And they need a little, you know what I'm saying, a little
break.
boost, a
Yeah,
little
a
mental
encouragement.
break. Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying?
A different vibe.
Right, so a lot of times, that's when, that's the best time to strike, you know what I'm saying, as far as trying to get a song placed. A lot of kids, they just want to hit, Instagram, like you say, technology is really messed
Made
up
it
the
easy.
finesse.
Yeah.
No, it really hadn't made it easy. It really made it harder because I'm going to be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to look at that DM if I don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
It's too much weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like opening the email. You open up an email, somebody can hack your computer. So if you don't know where it's coming from, you're not really going to mess with it. So these kids sit up and they want to spam. And I say spam because you don't know these people.
Right.
So you spamming for DM talking about, let me see some beats, let me see some beats. You spamming for email talking about, let me see some beats, let me see some beats. That's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to find somebody that's actually in the circle, you know what I'm saying, that can actually get to that person, whether it be a producer, engineer, manager, whatever. But them the people you got to strike with.
Yeah. And then, like you were saying, they were questioning you about why they had to pay money to get into the writers' camp, right?
Right.
Okay. Let's take this couple of years ago. They better be glad they ain't asked your ass, you ain't tell they had to sign paperwork.
To get into, oh, they did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the writer camp. That's why majority of the people understood and didn't mind paying, because you not only paying, but you already signing your split sheet right there. If you ain't registered, you already got to register because you got to include all your information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they understand this is professional. This ain't, let's just go over Kenny House and go in the studio.
But see, where I was going with it, you remember a couple of years ago.
When I had the beat battle.
Now, I think we was at QC.
Oh, okay.
And it was a writer session up there.
Right.
And I think they had Cardi, 2 Chainz. I got a picture of this
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
They had them big dogs
Yeah,
in there.
in there.
You see
Trinidad
what I'm saying?
James,
Yeah. So you had all this going in, and then, you gave me the phone call saying, hey, bring your boy up here, you know what I'm saying? We got such.
Yeah.
And he brought his partner.
Right. I was supposed to have got 15%.
But he didn't want to do the paperwork, right?
And I made him go outside and sit in the car.
That's how it goes sometimes, right?
Damn, man. You want to know what, though?
And he gone.
R.I.P. that boy, man. I don't even want to say his name.
Yeah. I don't want to say
Damn.
it because it ain't nothing bad. I just don't want to speak up on it because that just was a weird situation that happened.
Yeah.
But that's just stuff that happened. But in his honor, he did turn around and made one of the hardest songs in the motherfucking world. I think that song diamond now.
Yeah, that song definitely diamond.
You see what I'm saying? So the reason why I even brought that up is because it be stuff like that is not always easy on this journey. Mm-hmm. And just because this door right here might not then open for you for whatever reason, you still just got to keep going because other doors might open for you. Mm-hmm. But you just don't never know what you're going to come across in the music game, because at the end of the day, people in our position know that we actually can get a person on by mistake.
By mistake.
Just trying to keep it real to the point where, oh, you like that? Yeah, I just send out. Somebody might actually like it. And that's what you mean when you charge people to come into the writers' camp, because you don't have to jump in Mixed by Tilly inbox and be like, listen, what you think about this mix? Mm-hmm. You can pull right up on them. Mm-hmm. You don't have to jump in there or nobody at QC and say, hey, what you think about this? You can get right there to them.
To it, right.
And then either you like it or you
don't.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
And they ain't gonna fake break with me.
So cause most folks gonna have to drop this into their email that they blast out there, and then they're gonna have like 500-600 emails, and you hope that they open it up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, they ain't finna sit there and open up 500 emails. Mm-hmm. So that's why people put their charge onto it, and then y'all still got the overhead. You still got to pay for the studio,
food.
You see what I'm saying? All that stuff. So they
but
gotta
at
look
the
at
same
it like
time,
that.
you gotta think about it like this: like certain shit needs to be exclusive. Like I don't need any and every producer just pulling up.
Yeah.
Some folks just fans.
Yeah.
Some folks just groupies. Some folks just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
shit, I don't need to open to the public. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it need to be a little discretion behind it. So that's why we did that. But I do want to recognize one thing if I can, man. You know, we always doing a little impromptu stuff, man. I want to introduce a special guest if you don't mind, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, man, listen, man. I had the pleasure of meeting this guy through the writers camp, man, all the way from Tacoma, Washington, man. And if y'all don't know what Tacoma, Washington is, man, that shit way, 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 way up there on top of California. In between California and Canada is a state called Washington, not Washington, D.C. You know what I'm talking about? But flew in from Tacoma, Washington to come in and be a part of the writers camp, man. Very, very dope. Used to be in the band, a rock band. Now he is a very hard R&B and hip hop producer, man. Adam, the Jet Boss, man.
This is a
Live on
WBRX
My
radio
Opinion.
exclusive.
It
live
don't mean
on Must
shit.
Snake Monday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate
going
that.
on?
Appreciate that introduction from a legend.
Hey,
Man,
no
that's
problem,
an
man.
honor and a privilege for real.
No
Appreciate
problem, no problem.
And,
man.
and,
happy to
and
be
what
here.
and what's
Happy
your
to be here.
industry name again?
The Jet Boss.
The Jet Boss.
That's my name on everything, IG, everything.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. So you in the producer world.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
you attended the writerscamp that .com and Prod and them had.
Yep.
Did you
yep.
like it? You like
Invited
the
down here by
vibe?
Priority Beats. Yeah, I loved it. I love every second of it. I love this environment.
So you came from what, Washington?
Washington State,
Tacoma,
yes, sir.
Washington,
Tacoma, city of Tacoma.
to participate in this writers camp.
Yep.
And see, I gotta salute you because I'm from like I grew up in Mississippi, and I worked in Alabama. And one thing I noticed is it's a lot of talent out here, but one thing these dudes or these women really won't do is travel. And you done came from Washington,
It's
and
the
we
same
can't
back
even get
home.
people to come 2.5 hours.
Man, what?
Same back home.
That's the crazy part. Ain't it great? Can't get people to come 2.5 hours.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
the same back home for
and
sure.
you coming from across the country, really, from Cali,
Yeah,
to the
about
A?
as far as you can go without being in Alaska. Like literally, because that's like it's the top left corner. You know what I mean? The top northwest corner. Like
So how is the music scene or the producer world out there in Cali? So is that really
no, it's not Canada. It's
No,
Canada.
Cali.
Yeah.
Washington. It ain't
Yeah,
Cali.
Washington State.
Washington State?
So yeah. We're maybe, I don't know, 2, 3 hours, 5 hours, some shit like that. from
Okay.
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
shout out Canada, but we're not in Canada.
Okay.
How is the
Okay.
music scene in Tacoma?
Man, I mean, so here's the thing. It's cool. Like, we only got like one music venue. There's like Real Art. There's like an all ages music venue. There's a couple other venues, but it's like real small. It's like, there's a lot of talent up there, but people don't really communicate. There's a big kind of just communication problem. Just like, I mean, like you said, people don't get out up there, and they barely get across the street sometimes. It's like you'll have 3 studios on the same block, but none of the people know they're all there, and they don't even talk to each other. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I just want to salute you for investing in yourself to even come participate and stuff like that, because that's what it gets you. You got your access to somebody like Mixby.com. Then you was able to come over here and kick it with me for a hot second. I appreciate it. And I know that those type of moves really pay off, because that's really what happened with me. I was in Birmingham, moved down here to Atlanta. I already had a relationship with him, and then we just started doing our 1s and 2s, and we were able to get some success out of it. You see what I'm saying? So it's really all about who you know, relationships, networking with people. And the only way you can do that is get to what those people are. So, like I want to shout out to producer DB. He invested $250 being Twisted Genius beat battle that we had at .com spot.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And ATL Jacob was in the building and liked his production. And ATL Jacob ended up signing producer DB. I think I'm saying his name right. And producer DB. And then he ended up going to work with Kanye, Future, some of the biggest artists in the game right now.
Right.
So that $250 that he could have bought a pair of sneakers with changed his life. So you just don't never know how the ball gonna bounce. And the only way you gonna be able to play as the game is really just to get out and network and be with these people are.
Yeah. And I definitely got to shout out Priority AP and Priority Beats for putting
Yeah.
this
Shout out to
together.
Prod. Shout out to
Real
Prod.
nigga.
Cause shout out to them, man, cause they been working hard. Like I said, they linked up with .com and everything started getting a little bit more motion, cause you able to get around some of the big people in the industry, because a lot of the stuff is really based off face card. Like I got a 9-to-5 job.
Yes, sir.
But you still be able to move around in different positions and different places and meet different people, and you just don't never know how it's gonna turn out.
That's how his day turned out today. He probably didn't expect half the shit he did today.
Oh, for real?
Can I talk about it? Can I talk about it?
Yeah, y'all
Okay,
been out running
shit.
today?
Bro, so I randomly ended up at the Lil Yachty rehearsal
Oh, today?
Just like watching that shit, hearing some songs that I'd never heard before. That shit was like, I was like really blown away. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was like I don't know if I've ever used the word breathtaking, but that shit was borderline breathtaking. I was really like taking it in, like listening to that shit.
Yeah,
Really
just
crazy.
to be, that's what I'm saying. Networking, just to be able for you to get into that space and you see it with your own eyes, and then like when you go back to the crib, you know that you the
game
best
changer.
relationships.
Game changer.
And now you know I'm finna focus on this because I got people behind me. And that's just the most important part about it, man. That's why I say I salute you for just coming down. Because just imagine you like, I ain't going to go to this one. I'll go to the next one.
I had to make it happen. Had to.
And so that was a good investment for you then.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So what's your next step? What you want to get out of this production stuff?
Right.
I mean, I'm all in, man. That's all I do. My lifestyle, like back home, is I don't have any of the. There's not a lot of shit going on outside of what I got going on, but I do the same thing. I'm making beats. I'm making music every day.
Okay.
You know, I'm locked in. It's just
Yeah.
get some food, make some beats, and take a nap.
Yeah, well, welcome to Atlanta, because I call him Mr. UFO. He pivot real quick, so I know when you ride with him, ain't no telling where you going to end up, ain't no telling who you going to see, ain't no telling what you going to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yeah.
Blessed.
He going to get you out of here now. He going to move. He moved quick, so, like I said, man, just keep grinding, man. It can happen. I'm a witness to this, so it can happen. So, how long you plan on being in the city?
I'm gonna be here till the 1st. Yep.
To the 1st?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay. So what you got coming up next.com?
Man, currently working with a new artist on the South Side.
Yeah, I seen you in the new studio the other day.
Yeah, got a new little secret I'm working on.
So is that a new studio to the city, or has it been ducked out? Cause one thing about Atlanta,
It's just ducked
man,
out
you
to
will
the-
ride past a building that look like just a building with a bunch of graffiti in it,
And
and
it's a
you'll
whole
walk in
studio.
there, boy. It's like fuck the money on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
We putting all the money on the inside. So I ain't know if there was a studio that already been in the city.
Yeah, it already been here, man. Ducked off.
Oh, okay, that be fire.
Yeah, it's fire. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been working on that project. Like I said, Yachty tour coming up, so I've been training on doing live sound with that, just so I can.
Y'all going to
better
Poland?
That ain't even on the playlist for this. This is all from the new project.
Okay,
That started
okay.
here. So he got a full band. It's gonna be real dope. So while they're in Atlanta doing rehearsal, I just been training with them. You know what I'm saying? Not sure when I'm gonna go on tour or not, but just training with them so I can work on my live sound. We about to do another songwriters camp. And more importantly, I'm about to start these classes back up. Every spring I kick off that's the Saturday school. So about to kick off that Saturday school. Got a new nice location. You know what I'm saying? With a lot more better professional equipment, so I can get more in depth with my training with the kids.
Yeah.
And that's about it, man. More hits on the way. Everybody about to drop albums. So Baby, Rollo Rodriguez, City Girls, Leighton Green.
Oh, y'all getting up for the summer, huh?
Yeah, that's what we got in the pipeline that I've been working on. Of course, shout out to my brother Tilly and his new artist Emmanuel the Prophet gonna be dropping soon.
Yeah, they done went number one on the gospel Billboard a couple times, man.
Yeah, of course, man.
Number one.
Number one, man.
See,
I got
man,
me a number
I-
one. in
listen,
gospel.
I got to get Till on here because people, that's the sniper.
Oh yeah. No, that ain't the sniper. That's the point guard. I ain't gonna say the point guard. I don't know what it is, man. Sometimes I want to say the coach. Sometimes he want to, man. Listen, that boy's the GOAT, man. A lot of people call themselves the GOAT or want to say the GOAT or whatever. Man, a lot of these folks don't even understand what the GOAT really is. That boy there's the GOAT when it comes with the music, man.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah,
That
yeah.
boy wear a lot of hats that a lot of people don't know about. And
Yeah.
if they did know, they wouldn't even believe it.
Yeah, I get because Tiller really stayed ducked off. He got so much stuff in his own studio.
He ain't gotta leave.
Another studio would just be too boring for him because he got this at his own. So he ain't really got to go nowhere to do what he need to do.
Right.
So shout out to Mix by Tilly. You know what I'm saying? And with that encouragement music, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, y'all be
Encouragement
looking out
music,
for that
man.
encouragement music.
Urban
Music.
inspirational, man. Urban inspirational, man. Don't think there's no gospel or no Christian music, man. Urban inspirational, man.
Oh,
Make
okay, that's
music
what it
for
is.
everybody.
Urban inspirational.
Yes, sir. Make
Okay,
music
because
for
I
everybody.
sure thought it would have been like hip hop rap.
Nah.
But y'all, it's urban inspirational. Okay, I can dig it. But yeah, though, man, you know, I appreciate you coming on this episode of Just My Opinion. It don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I like that right there. We had a good little side to the time list right here. So we're going to wrap this one on up, and we're going to go live on WBS Radio with your boy Big Great and Mixbot.com on Just My Opinion.
It don't mean shit.
This is a WBRX radio exclusive.